Today you will be learning how to use a sampled guitar like Ableton's guitar that comes in a pack. You can download it off of the Ableton site. It sounds like this. And it's just this note that's sampled and you can play it on your keyboard. And we're going to transform it into a really nice electric guitar that sounds like this. Alright, let's get to it. First thing we have to do is load up the guitar. Alright, done. Now we have to record the riff. When recording this guitar parts, it's really helpful to have a hold pedal, so you can have the note being held like you have a guitar. You plug the note and it's just going to vibrate the string until you put your hand on it again. Let's record it. I'm going to show you how to do this without a pedal in just a minute. Alright, I kinda screwed up, but that doesn't matter. We can always correct it later. And you can hear I pressed the pedal too early, and this is how you can emulate it. Having a pedal without having one. You go to MIDI control, you go to channel 64, which is always the hold pedal, and you can just draw this in here. Now do this, get this back here. Now I don't like that it cuts off that early, so let's take this a little bit back and we have a recorded riff for the guitar. Alright, so now I am going to use the amplifier effect. We are not going to use, and I don't recommend using those presets of guitars that are already amped. It would sound like this. It sounds good, but there's one problem with them. You can't control the amp on them. So we are going to use our acoustic guitar, or rather our clean guitar, and we are going to add an amplification effect here on them and a cabinet effect. And I'm just going to go over the amp first, and we are going to go over the cabinet after that. The amp is basically an emulation of different types of amps. You have your clean, boost, blues, rock, lead, heavy, and bass. And all of those emulate a different kind of amplifier. Let's bring the volume down a little bit and listen to all of them. No, the rock one is the one I like the most. With a dry wet knob you can mix in a little bit of the original signal in back in. You have the volume knob that you can use to basically bring down the volume after the amp has done its work, because it's probably really loud. And then you have this output mono or dual mode, so you could basically, if you had a stereo input, you could use this to retain a stereo signal this way, or bounce it down to mono this way. Since we only got a mono signal going in. We only need the mono here. And now we could use this cabinet effect, and we can basically emulate having a microphone in front of the amplifier. Without it, it's just like you take the headphone output of the amplifier and just plug it into your sound card and record it like that. And with the cabinet effect, it's like you have a microphone on your sound card that's in front of or way or near the amplifier, and you can change the speakers that are in this amplifier, or rather connected to the amplifier, and where the microphone is, if it's on axis, off axis, is it near or is it far away? And then you have the option to choose from a dynamic and a condenser mic. What the hell is wrong with me speaking today? Seriously. All right, now let's choose a speaker. I like that one. Yeah, I like my microphone to be near on axis, and let's choose the microphone type. Yeah, I like the dynamic one better. Now, that's done. We got our first guitar. We are going to need to record another one. And what we're going to do for that is basically go ahead and record it again. Turn off the old one. Perfect. Now let's look at what we did. I'm pretty much quite off with the timing. Now let's go to the quantize settings, and don't quantize it to 100%, but rather only 80%. So we leave some room for mistakes in there. Now we got the same problem as we did before. I pressed the pedal a little bit too early, so let's correct this by just checking how we did those. Right. Now they sound very, very similar. So what we're going to do is we are going to take the original recording here, and we're just going to mess with some of the timings we had here on the notes. So I'm just going to choose some by random here, and I am going to nudge them a little bit to the front. All right. Now we can't do, well, I don't want to add a note. I just wanted to move this to the beginning because it's not going to be played if it's not hitting at the beginning. Now let's go to this one here, go to the note editor, and maybe change some notes here up as well. Yeah, choose those. Since we only used 80% accuracy when quantizing, there are going to be some mistakes introduced already. And what we got now is we got some little mistakes in both of our recordings, and we want that because that's basically going to change the sound, and that it's not going to be really a really big change, but rather a really subtle small change, and that's exactly what we want. Because we are going to pan both of those to the left and the right each, and get a wide stereo effect from that. And basically what most recording engineers do is when they record guitars like this, they either want them mono and they just keep one channel, or they want it in stereo, and a trick that's often used doing that is recording the same part twice and then just pen one right and one to the left. And it gives a really good stereo feel. Let's just take a listen to the stereo feel right now. Well, turn it on back. It really does sound quite great. Now, what we could do if we wanted to make it even wider, we could change the amplification and the settings of the cabinet here. Let's just do that. But I like it like it was before. So now we could group them and process them, add an EQ, add a compressor, what we want. But I am going to show you another way to do this, and we are going to add another audio track, and we are going to press this little I/O button, and that opens the settings here from where MIDI or audio is taken and where it's sent to. And we want these two guitars to send their audio to this new audio track we just made. So it's not sent to the master, it's not sent to a group, but rather it's sent to this audio track. Now, this audio track is not going to take audio from anything. It's just getting audio sent from this two, and to receive that audio, we have to put the monitor on in, so it receives ingoing audio, and that is then sending the audio to the master after it's got processed. Now, you see, I soloed the new audio track, and that's still playing those two guitars here. Let's call this bass guitar. All right, we got a guitar bass here. And what we could do now is if we had, let's say, those tracks all together here, we could group them and process them again. And you can see this now sends to the group instead of the master, so we can still group stuff together if we wanted to. And we don't have already used up a group like this. So we couldn't group this again. All right, now we got this. What are we going to do to guitars? Well, first off, you almost always want to cut up the bass, because you got either a bass guitar or something other playing. If you do electronic music, you probably got a synthesizer for the bass. You're probably going to want to compress the signal a little bit. Let's add a pretty long attack and release on here. Now, a good way to glue those two guitars together is to add, and that's the reason why I got this reverb here, to add a really short reverb to it. Let's just do this. That's too much. Yeah. You can't really hear it. It's very, very subtle. You can, but it's all it's doing is smudging those two a little bit together. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to probably want to bring up the highs a little bit, but I'm going to show you another way that's pretty good on distorted guitars, and this is using this overdrive effect here and the enhance setting. So let's just take a listen without it and turn it on. Just adds a few more harmonics in the upper frequencies. And now the last thing we wanted to do is probably add this mid side EQ here, so we could either remove the mid, or we could remove the whole side signal. Now we got a mono signal again. So now you understand what this thing does. We of course don't want to remove a whole signal. We just made the whole effort to make this into a stereo signal, so we don't want to just remove all the information of the mid or the sides, but we can, for example, boost up the highs for either the mids or the side signal, or we can find frequencies we don't like or emphasize other frequencies we do like, and basically get a signal that we really dig. Now, yeah, and that's basically all there is to it. Now we got a lead guitar, not a lead guitar, but rather a riff on electric guitar that really does sound quite good and is in stereo, even though we got only mono signals to play with. Alright, thank you for watching the video. Hope you liked it. If you didn't, it's okay. This one is a short one, 17 minutes or whatever. Yeah, alright. I'm going to upload a new video either today or tomorrow about acoustic guitars and how you can make strums realistic. And we will be again using those sampled guitars from Ableton. Stay tuned for that if you are interested in how to record guitars with Ableton and well, how to fake recording guitars with Ableton.